Well guys, some really interesting new details about Captain America New World Order have found their way online, and they actually focus on two of the key support characters, Bucky and the Leader. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the latest reports and how both of these characters have pretty interesting and maybe different roles than fans were expecting. Well, as many of you know, Captain America New World Order is shaping up to be a somewhat Avengers-light event, and fans are expecting all kinds of new and interesting details to make their way into this movie. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we have been getting a lot of rumors about casting details for this movie, and although many of these parts have not been confirmed, two characters that have been confirmed for this film are Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes and Tim Blake Nelson's The Leader, and we have a little update for both characters. Now, this update comes from the Cosmic Circus, so I want to remind you guys, this isn't from Marvel Studios, so you want to take it with a grain of salt, because, like we always say, if it's not from Kevin Feige, it's not official. Now, the circus shared both updates, so let's kick it off with Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes. They did seem to confirm that Bucky Barnes will indeed be part of the New World Order movie, but in a bit of a reduced role compared to his previous Captain America outings. Apparently, the plan is for him to have one or two scenes, and during this film, he will actually head off and join the Thunderbolts, giving us a direct connection to that project. This calls into question whether or not we'll see some cameos from that movie, which is highly possible, but it is pretty interesting to me that Bucky seems to be playing a limited and reduced role in this project. That's kind of a shame, particularly seeing as Bucky and Sam really seem to bond in the Disney Plus series, but I do kind of understand why they wouldn't want Bucky Barnes taking away any from the Sam Wilson story. This movie's clearly going to focus on him, and I do understand why that would be really important in order to get people behind this new Captain America. Now, what they had to say about Tim Blake Nelson was really interesting, and I think this is exactly what fans want. As many of you know, the last time we saw him, he was laying on the floor in a laboratory in New York City, and a little bit of gamma radiation was, well, seeping into his brain, teasing a transformation into the Leader. Now, the circus does actually confirm that in this upcoming film, he is going to be green and very comic accurate, meaning we're very likely to get that full Leader look with the giant head, the green skin, and hopefully even that really classic mustache that the Leader sports in the comics. Now, if you know the character in the comics, you know he always has some really deep plans to take down typically the Hulk, so seeing him face off with the new Captain America could be pretty great, and I do look forward to seeing how he fits into this new story. Now, beyond that, very little is known about Captain America New World Order, but quite honestly, it's shaping up to be a really crowded movie. One of the biggest things fans want to know about is Harrison Ford taking up the role of Thunderbolt Ross, and whether or not he'll turn into the Red Hulk during this movie. If I'm taking any bets, I actually don't think he'll make that transformation in this project. I believe he turns into the Red Hulk during the Thunderbolts, and the Red Hulk will probably play key in taking down the Sentry, but that's for a different video and a different time. We've got a little more than a year for New World Order. It releases on May the 3rd, 2024, so until then, we're going to continue to follow this, and hopefully we get more details about Captain America coming up.